And good evening and welcome to another edition of Kearney Live. I'm Jim Dickerson along with Stacy Bradsher and Lynn Broughton. We hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. We were just talking about, we know we did. We do have some breaking news into the newsroom. Stacy is distraught because about 6 minutes before today's show began, there was a Chipmunk song that apparently did not end well for the Chipmunks. If you've been listening to KPG and if you've been listening to the KPGZ, which by the way has switched over to Christmas music. We're going to go live into our production booth. We're going to talk to Brian Watts. Brian, talk to us about the Chipmunk death.
It was fine. It's just a parody song. Big deal.
Stacy, you were pretty distraught earlier. Are you okay?
Oh my goodness! I just thought it was sad. You don't need sad at Christmas. When I roast the chipmunks, it's horrible.
Yeah, right.
I really wasn't even paying attention.
Neither was I.
Stacy was losing her mind.
I heard about jerky and
I
roasting,
started
but she
that.
had it all down. She knew.
If you hear a classic Christmas song.
It was the Alvin one, right?
Yeah, if you hear the classic Christmas song and then all of a sudden you hear like chipmunk voices in the background and you're thinking something's wrong, don't listen to the lyrics. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my warning.
It used to be a family station.
Right.
But apparently not. While we're on the topic of Christmas, we'd like to remind everybody that the Lighted Christmas Parade again will be in Kearney, and that's on Saturday night. And that is December 9th. I almost said 7th, but I think it was 7th last year. It's December 9th. And then the parade, so for those of you who have not been there before, the parade obviously comes by City Hall, and the map and everything is on the news story there on 102.7 FM or 1027kearneymode.com. But that they also have a bunch of the local businesses become involved, and it's really a pretty big deal. And then there's fireworks at 8 as long as it's not snowing.
They're good, though.
Now, the fireworks?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
are.
I thought they were, I'm not, whoever puts them on, I'm sorry, but I thought they were better than the 4th.
Oh,
the last,
I've heard that
in years
many times.
past. I thought their firework display was way better.
Well, and I also know, not to disparage the fireworks, but I also know that there's some stores that have like cookies and hot chocolate and all that.
And games and crafts.
And a lot of the places.
Stop in.
Yeah, a lot of the
right.
places that have the cookies and hot chocolate don't have them very long. Because people like me drop through the store, and then that's
There's a
that.
small mall.
Yeah, so that is on Saturday, not this coming Saturday. It's next Saturday.
And are we broadcasting?
I believe we are.
Okay.
I believe we are. And Brian's laughing, and we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yes, we are. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to talk about, but my paper is blank at that point.
We're talking about football?
We're not talking about
Chiefs
football
won.
till later, but so did Kearney. Are you aware of that?
Michigan won.
Kearney won too. Did the Cleveland Browns win?
Hey, there's a story. I let my boys fill me in with what's going on in the game, and they are coming back. They're playing well. I turn it on. They get like a defensive pass interference, and I just turned it off. And they lost. They lost to Denver.
That's right. They lost.
That's your fault.
To Denver.
Yeah.
So now Joe Flacco has now been upgraded to backup. So I believe he'll be quarterbacking real soon. They're going to be in L.A.
Well, I will say, 'tis the season. If you watch the NFL, there are a lot of people who are going to 'tis the season right out of a job. There's like 3 or 4 people got fired this week, and more to come. But Stacy is real excited about this. Before we go to break, because I know now one thing we do have coming up, and a lot of people have put their comments on Facebook. You can do it too if you want to. Go to the 102.7 Facebook page, but we do have the Christmas movie bracket challenge coming up at the end of the show. So we're going to try and get through the rest of this stuff, but real quick, for those of you, because I know you tune in every week, how are things with Travis and Tay-Tay?
I don't know.
Okay, thanks, Lynn.
I have really not paid attention.
All right, let's talk about something important, and then we'll get on to other things. A lot of U.S. banks are filing to close. Is that going to affect you? We'll talk about it coming up next on Kearney Live.
Explore a place to visit. Explore knowledge. Explore fun. Explore relaxation. Explore adventure. Explore a hometown. Explore Kearney, Missouri.
The Kearney Bulldogs are going to the state finals, and you can listen to the game with live play-by-play action on the Bulldog Radio Network, right here on 102.7 FM, or our live stream on the KPGZ mobile app or at 1027kearneymo.com. The Bulldog Radio Network will broadcast the game live on Saturday, December 2nd, as the Bulldogs take on the Hillsboro Hawks. The 102.7 pregame show starts at 10:40, and the kickoff is at 11 a.m. Kearney Bulldog football, catch the fever.
When your home is here, there's so much cheer. When business is near, have no fear. Your family's candies and presents are here. Shop local treasures, not from afar. Your holiday gifts are right where you are. Supporting Kearney year after year. Keep the cheer.
Oh yeah.
Hi, this is Candace Trebe with Santa's Holiday Lighting. Thank you for letting us light up your home this Christmas. Paint For You looks forward to making your home beautiful in 2024, and we wish you a merry and bright holiday season.
All part of that Kearney Keep the Cheer Here thing. Those are little good promos if you see those. Those are from the Kearney Chamber of Commerce. And then actually a lot of those, if not all of them, are filmed right here in the KPGZ KMO-TV studios.
That's right.
But let's move on to more depressing things.
Oh, okay.
Big banks such as PNC and JP Morgan Chase are actually filing to close several branch offices in multiple states. And that's a troubling pattern of rising branch shutdowns in recent years. Between November 12th and November 18th, several banks filed to close branch locations, with PNC Bank had the most filings, according to data from the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. A report from the National Community Reinvestment Coalition shows that between 2017 and 2021, 9% of all bank branches shut down. The closure rate doubled during the COVID-19 pandemic. So the big question we have now is, we'll start with you, Leonard. Does this shock you, and are you concerned?
I think it does shock me a little bit. I don't know if I'm really concerned because I probably fall into what they talked about. One of the major reasons was, and that's the digital aspect. And we've talked about that on here, about the digital aspect. And when the pandemic hit, a lot of people weren't going to the bank. I used to enjoy going to the bank and talking to the tellers, you know, and seeing the tellers, but I've kind of gotten away from that since now I kind of pay everything through my app, through my bank app. I kind of pay my bills through there, but
Right.
I just think it's interesting. I mean, are they letting customers know that these banks are just closing, or are they I couldn't find where it was stating, it was just saying, hey, these are the ones that are closing in this state, in this town. They had a list. Luckily, Missouri and Kansas, I didn't see anything on there for them. But my son, my youngest son, they use PNC, and he is now saying maybe we have to find another bank.
So this isn't really going to affect our area?
I did not
at this point.
At this point. But yeah, the
Something
digital
to keep an eye
aspect. They said the digital aspect has become a huge hit. And then they said the cost to build a bank was like $1 million, and then it was kind of like there was fees every year, was like $200,000 or $300,000 that they had to pay. So it's easier if you don't have that facility,
Right.
and people are doing it all online anyways.
And that's
But-
the thing. I think it's a supply and demand
But
thing.
we're talking about, okay, I'm 53 years old, and I honestly don't carry cash. You know, I use cards. Where my mother-in-law carries cash, my wife still likes to have cash. So everyone's going to look at this differently, right? For me, I'm kind of like, well, I don't really go there as much anymore, except to maybe the ATM.
Right.
But, you know, to someone that's older, it may be where they like going in and don't understand the aspect of using an app and phone and that, there's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I used to go to the bank probably once or twice, maybe 3 times a week 20, 30 years ago. Now, I may go to the physical branch once a month, and it's only to get cash. And once I get cash, I can hold on to cash for a long time. What I'm interested to think is, or hear is your opinion. Does it affect the small businesses, or are they dealing as much in credit cards and lack of cash, just like
Yeah.
anyone else?
Yes, I think that they're doing things online. They're doing things through their point of sale systems. They're so robust now that they almost don't even have to touch any money or go to the bank at all, because it all just happens electronically and automatically. The only part that concerns me for the small businesses is having that personal relationship with the local banker, that when you need a small business loan, you know, you can usually just call up, you know, Jason at Kearney Trust Company and say, hey, and he's like, no problem, you know. So it's usually pretty easy for small businesses when you know your local banker. And how is that going to, that's my biggest concern for businesses, is losing the relationship and the ability to easily get what they need to accomplish their mission.
But you bring up another good point. If you look at getting a loan, so think back, for those of you who are old enough to remember, think back 20 or 30 or 40 years ago, you went to your bank to get a loan for anything.
Correct.
Car loan, home loan.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So when you go to buy a car, who goes to their local bank anymore to get a car loan? You just don't, especially when you can buy some cars, 0% financing. Banks have a tough time making money at 0% financing.
Right.
I'm just going to throw that out there. But the other thing is, so nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, very few people go to a bank for a car loan. I used to, but you don't now. Home loan, you usually don't go to your bank. Small business loan is probably, I would think, one of the more popular as far as going to a local bank, which is good because they know you and they know your background and you know your risk factor. But you know, like you said, Lynn, everything's online. Everything's done with credit cards or ACH withdrawals and deposit.
Yep.
You just really don't need to go to the bank. And quite frankly, with the teller aspect, there's a lot of times that I talk to a teller, but if I really wanted to, I could throw it in a little chute and I'd never talk to anybody.
Right, you don't have to worry about it.
But I'm still a little leery of that. I want to hand my stuff to a person.
It's interesting. I don't think people should get like freaked out about it, but I think you should just be aware of what's going on around you and make sure if your bank comes up on the list that you kind of figure out, because that's your money. And make sure you know the proper steps of what you need to do.
It's another good reason to bank local too.
Right.
But one of the things I think you're starting to see is it'll be interesting seeing how it develops, because you had a big influx of the big banks.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden everybody wanted to get away from the big banks, and now they're going back to the small banks.
That's the thing. If you look at the list, a lot of them are the big banks.
Right.
They're the ones closing, and like you said, you have the littler ones.
The only problem with the small banks, and I don't know how to get around this in a big way, if you travel a lot,
right, hard to find.
It's very difficult to do any kind. Now, the fact of the matter is, though, when you travel, it's very rare that you find the sudden urge to get a car loan while you're on. I mean, it just doesn't happen. So I don't know that it's that big of a deal. But the smaller bank, you are limited on to where you can go. So
well, but a lot of them are associated with. They have partnerships with the larger banks, so that you can still use the ATMs.
They're merging. I mean, it's the merging aspect, and and they're trying to waive some of them fees of the ATM aspect, so people will use their ATM. Yeah, when KCB went to Academy, it freaked my world out because I really enjoyed KCB, even though the same people are working there, right? But you just didn't have that. I could pick up the phone and call. I knew that person was at the bank in Kearney, and now when I call Academy, but I've got the number of the person at Academy Bank here, but I'm getting a answering service, whatever, however they call that, like a phone service, and basically I don't know who I'm talking to and where they're at, and they have no clue what I'm talking about. So the young lady there said, "Here, take my card and call me directly if you have any questions." That's
the problem. A lot of times you get hung up in the phone tree, and then you finally go, "Where are you?" And they go, "Well, I'm in Arizona," and I'm like, "Well, why am I talking to you?"
Exactly right.
But, you know, if you were going to be concerned about something, I think you, more so than the banks, should be concerned about the military.
Yeah, you think with everything that's going on around us, right? Overseas, really, not here in our country. The U.S. military is struggling with recruiting. Should that be something we're worried about? We'll talk about that next here on Kearney Live.
Migraine headaches, the throbbing in your temples, the pounding in your forehead, extreme sensitivity to light and sound. Your neck feels so tight it could snap off. Oh, the debilitating pain.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Strathman with Kearney Family Chiropractic Center, and I've been practicing chiropractic health in Kearney for over 22 years. When you come to see me, I identify what's wrong and determine if I can help you. If I can, I create your personalized plan for relief.
When you have pain, you can make an appointment by calling 816-628-6738, or you can visit the office at 301 South Platte Clay Way, Suite B in Kearney. Kearney Family Chiropractic Center. Heal yourself.
More reliable power means more of what you love. You expect your lights and appliances to turn on at the flip of a switch, and so does Platte Clay Electric Cooperative. That's why Platte Clay is working hard to make power more reliable in the Northland. We exist for one purpose: to empower communities and energize life with safe and reliable energy. To learn more about their plan to reduce outages across the Northland, visit www.pcec.coop/reliability. Platte Clay Electric Cooperative.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
Why should you come work for Cornerstone Building Brands? Just ask our winning team.
We are the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America.
We help make the products that go on homes and commercial buildings all around us.
Our building solutions are the cornerstone of our community.
There's great opportunities to learn and advance in your career.
I am always learning new skills.
We receive competitive pay and great benefits from day one.
But what really sets us apart?
It's got to be our team.
Definitely the team.
We work every day to make a difference in our communities.
So if you're ready to get to work,
we want you. We want you. Sé parte de este grupo ganador. Chúng tôi đuôi anh này nhà tin từ cúp chiếc bus.
Trở thành một đội chiến thắng của chúng tôi.
Come join us today.
Welcome back to Kearney Live. The size of the U.S. Army is reportedly smallest since World War II. as the service continues its struggle to recruit new soldiers. Army officials announced on Tuesday that the service had recruited almost 55,000 recruits in the 2023 year, which ended Saturday. Falling short of the publicly stated goal, they were going to try to raise 65,000, and they only hit 55,000. The number of the new recruits allows the service to meet its requirement total strength of 452,000. I'm sorry, that would be really bad. 452,000 active duty soldiers. Watch this clip real quick.
The U.S. always prided itself as having the world's most formidable military machine, a standing force of nearly 500,000, many stationed on bases in far-flung parts of the globe.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear.
But now recruitment is at its lowest level since the draft was abolished 50 years ago, and hardest hit is the Army.
If we don't turn our recruiting situation around, I can't guarantee you that the Army won't have to make some more substantial potential force structure reductions because we've got to make sure that our units, for example, that are on the immediate response force are manned adequately so that they're ready to go.
The Secretary herself appears in commercials aimed at increasing recruitment, but they appear to have little impact in a market that's been fragmented by increasing political divide and by partisan anger that threatens to politicize the military itself.
Of the United States.
The Military Times says that this is the smallest the Army has been since 1940. There were just over 269,000 soldiers in 1940, but the number ballooned to almost 1.5 million in 1941, the year the U.S. entered World War II. So, James, we'll start with you. Does this get your attention, and what could be done about it?
It does get my attention, and there's a couple of things that we could do about it. Number one, I think we need get the word out. You know, what I've always said, the military should, in my opinion, approach things a little bit different. Everybody still is of that mindset that it's a 4-year commitment. I think they should change their approach and make the military look like or promote it as a career. And with today's technology, it really would be a good career because you have all the electronics and all the stuff that goes into it. It's not just like it was in 1941 where you drove a tank or you were infantry. At that time, one of the most advanced things you could do was fly a DC-3. Well, it wasn't called a DC-3, but and jump out of an airplane in the airborne, and then that was like advanced. But today, totally different ballgame. Make it a career. Number two, I think going beyond the military, we need to get back to pride in the country. You don't see a lot of that, especially in young kids. And it always seems to take a major event to get everybody to wake up.
Right.
And if things are going the way they're going to go, we're going to have that major event. The question is, who's going to jump in? Number three, we've gotten into this thing, and I don't agree with it. The police departments did it too. I didn't agree with it then. I don't agree with it now. But we started having trouble recruiting people, and instead of trying to figure out how to solve that problem, we lower standards.
Right.
Well, what that does is it creates more problems. Let me tell you how. I'm going to use police departments as an example. What we started doing is we lowered the standard for physical fitness. We lowered the standard for education. We lowered every standard. The quality of officers that we get as a result is lower.
Right.
Then what happens? You have more incidents of officers doing things they're not supposed to, stealing, abuse of power, all that sort of thing. You think it was bad before, it gets worse because you're lowering your standards. You need to get your standards up there. And now we're starting to we're starting to see every standard's going away.
Right.
You know, it used to be this, you couldn't weigh more than this, you had to be in this physical shape, you had to be able to run this far. Now they've taken that away. There's a video that just came out, I think it was today, it may have been yesterday, in Chicago. There were 4 female officers that were trying to subdue one man. The problem was all 4 officers were large, and I don't mean tall. They were completely out of shape. There was just no way. And next thing you know, they couldn't control this one guy, and he was not big by any stretch, and he took off. And then he started running, and not one of them made it past like 4 steps. That's what happens when you lower the standard. I'm done.
Very good.
Merry Christmas.
There you go. Put an exclamation mark on that. Totally agree with you. The only thing I might add is I think they could change up their marketing, go back to showing that power and strength. Kind of talks to what the points you just had about having standards of the type of people. You need to market to the people that you want to be a warrior. And your marketing needs to exhibit who you are, because a warrior doesn't want to go work for a weenie type of organization. You want to work for an organization that is equally strong in being a warrior.
Pride.
Right.
It's like you said,
Right.
have
I
pride,
don't
in,
want to work
pride in
for a
your
weenie.
country.
There's no doubt there.
Yeah, pride in your country.
Well, remember, be all you can be.
In the Army.
Right. And that was a huge promoting tool,
That's right.
marketing tool. But you wanted to be part of that. You wanted to be the
Exactly.
best
That's
of
what
the
I'm
best.
saying.
But question. Okay, we talked about the banking with the pandemic. Okay, we had the pandemic hit, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, now we're promising these kids that we're going to pay them to basically do nothing. And then we're promising these kids they're going to go to college and it's going to be paid for them. And then that stuff didn't happen, right?
Oh.
But I'm saying
The loan forgiveness.
yeah, but
that
I'm
stuff.
saying kids are thinking their attitudes aren't like what you just said. I'm going to go serve my country.
And
you
that's
know,
why
and-
you've got to change. So
Right.
this pandering thing is going to wear. It's already happening. It's going to wear thin. Everybody's going to realize it doesn't work. They're already starting to realize it doesn't work because how do we know? Police departments are in a panic. Military's in a panic. It's not working.
Well, and then-
everything that the sit back and do nothing and let all and these people
and then the
that
voodoo
wanna,
word, right? Vaccinated, unvaccinated. Like I shared with you guys that I just saw a flyer that the Army came out with saying it was a recruiting letter saying you don't have to be vaccinated now, because there was that push that everyone had to be vaccinated, just like the workforce was doing it. You know what I mean? So,
Well, and they
it's just
offered-
another interesting thing.
They offered that if you were in the military and left because of the vaccination, you can now come back. And everybody's going, no.
Why? Right.
Well, you're not going to treat me like that and then
Right.
ask me to come back.
Yeah. Right.
So I
Exactly.
agree with Stacy or Lynn or Brian or whoever said it. You got to change your whole
Yeah, I agree with what she said.
marketing. You've got to change your whole concept. And quite frankly, we need to get back to respect. We need to get back to
Yes.
respect to each other. If you walk down the street, the amount of respect you see,
Yes.
just in
I still
general,
think I thank any veteran, anyone that's in the service that I see. I
Right.
thank them for their service.
I agree with that, but
Yes.
I'm talking respect. Just two people walking.
No,
down
no,
the
I
street.
got you. I got
I
what you're
think
saying.
that starts with self-respect. We don't teach our children to
Correct.
appreciate who they are
Opening
as a
the
person.
door.
Instead,
Or,
we keep
yeah,
telling them
just-
they need to be all of these other things instead of who you are, who you were made to be, and respecting yourself and what you know and are able to do.
But we also don't challenge people anymore. We don't challenge. The challenge used to be you want to be the best at whatever. Now we want to get
Right.
everything given to us.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. And if you
That's
don't
true.
believe me, go out
That's
there
true.
and watch Wild Kingdom, or watch some animal show. Granted, they're animals, which we are technically, but it's the survival of the fittest, and that is the way it's
Yes.
going to work, and that even works for us.
It has always worked that
If
way.
you want to succeed, you have to be the best.
Well, it's funny that you said about like the commercial aspect, because every now and then I will see maybe Army or that. But if I love watching like Army, Navy, Air Force, Navy football, right?
yes.
When those games are on, I watch them.
Right.
Yep,
No
absolutely.
matter who it is playing each other, I watch them. But you always see a ton of commercials during that game that are really good commercials, but they don't show it recruiting and showing kids about more the career aspect. And I think I agree. I think that's what they need to do.
Right, I agree. Okay, we have to take a break because people are going crazy. They want us to get to the Christmas challenge.
That's right.
We're going to do that. Stacy's going to be in charge of it. Get your bracket sheet out for those of you playing along at home. The Christmas movie bracket challenge is next. Maybe.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
You may have noticed your shoulder hurting, or maybe a kink in your neck. The culprit may be looking right at you. Your phone. Think about how you use it. Does that pain feel familiar to you?
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Strathman with Kearney Family Chiropractic Center, and I've been practicing chiropractic health in Kearney for over 22 years. When you come to see me, I identify what's wrong and determine if I can help you. If I can, I create your personalized plan for relief.
When you have pain, you can make an appointment by calling 816-628-6738, or you can visit the office at 301 South Platte Clay Way, Suite B in Kearney. Kearney Family Chiropractic Center. Heal yourself.
Electric cooperatives are different. We have a sense of pride in our local community and support the people who live here. That's why Platte Clay Electric Cooperative supports local schools, takes an active role in economic development, and works hard to keep costs down for its members. We exist for one purpose, to empower communities and energize life with safe and reliable energy. To learn more about how Platte Clay Electric Cooperative is working to achieve that mission, visit www.pcec.coop. Platte Clay Electric Cooperative.
Why should you come work for Cornerstone Building Brands? Just ask our winning team.
We are the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America.
We help make the products that go on homes and commercial buildings all around us.
Our building solutions are the cornerstone of our community.
There's great opportunities to learn and advance in your career.
I am always learning new skills.
We receive competitive pay and great benefits from day one.
But what really sets us apart?
It's got to be our team.
Definitely the team.
We work every day to make a difference in our communities.
So if you're ready to get to work,
We want you.
We want you. Sé parte de este grupo ganador. Chúng tôi đuôi này ya tin từ cúp chiếc basi.
Trở thành một đội chiến thắng của chúng tôi.
Come join us today.
All right, it's back just in time for Christmas. I am so excited. We are doing the Christmas Movie Bracket Challenge. This was introduced to us last year by our friend Josh Hurlburt, and it is based on Entertainment Weekly's top 200 best Christmas movies ever list. So,
we don't have to go through 200 movies.
no, did I say 200?
Yeah.
I meant top 20.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, you said 200. I was like,
whoa,
Top
we don't have that
20.
kind of time.
My bad. Okay, so we are going to get Jim and Lynn's thoughts on each of these movies. We're going to argue and debate and figure out what is Kearney Live's favorite Christmas movie. So Brian, would you please show us the bracket?
You notice the brackets are broken down. You've got Nakatomi,
Yeah.
Evergreen.
We got 4 regions.
St. Nick and
Mistletoe. That's
Mistletoe!
right.
You know what? That reminds
And if,
me.
like
there's a
Jim
movie-
mentioned before the break, you can find the bracket on the 102.7 FM Facebook page. And some of you have already shared your picks, so that's fun. Anna Jacobs predicted Elf versus White Christmas. Ooh. Carol Dixon predicted Christmas Story versus It's a Wonderful Life. Russell Wins predicts Elf versus Home Alone, with Elf winning. And Jay Knight, he didn't make a prediction, but he prefers anything but Elf. So we'll see what we can do for you there, Jay.
Where's Four Christmases in here? I don't see it. The movie Four Christmases.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never seen Four Christmases?
I don't think so. All right.
Is that a write-in?
So let's keep going.
I'm going to have a write-in. Yeah.
The rules are really simple. We're going to let Jim and Lynn each give us their pick. And if there is a tie, I will break it just to keep the discussion moving. Okay? So we're going to start in the Nakatomi region with the number 1 versus number 16 battle. It's a Wonderful Life versus the Santa Claus.
Now, I will tell you before we get started, this bracket is not too unlike a normal sports bracket.
Yes.
In some of the brackets, you have crap versus crap, so you're going to end up with crap. But you also, right out of the gate, have great movie against great movie.
Right. Classic.
And you're going to knock one out.
Classic versus
But between It's a Wonderful Life and the Santa Claus, I like the Santa Claus. I love Tim Allen.
Yep.
Loved him back when he first got his break into comedy. But It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite all-time classics. And for those of you who know me, that I walk around, Mr. Potter, I know what I'm going to do today and tomorrow. I'm going to build things. I'm going to build big buildings.
Nice.
It's a Wonderful Life.
I'm offering
it's
you.
It's a classic.
Do you know that your pick as well? It's a Wonderful Life?
I do like Tim Allen.
All right.
In the Santa Claus.
Do you know what?
Wonderful Life wins.
And It's a Wonderful Life. Do you know what Mr. Potter offered Bailey to be his starting salary if he'd come work for him?
$4,000?
$20,000. He goes, I'm offering you $20,000 a year.
That was a lot.
He was making $45 a week.
All right, next bracket, moving along, we have number 9, Christmas Vacation versus number 8, Muppet Christmas
There's
Carol.
a no-brainer.
I don't even know
Christmas Vacation.
No, it's a Muppet. No, I'm just kidding. Christmas Carol.
Or Christmas Vacation.
You're both Vacation?
My wife will be laughing because that's my movie.
Very good. All right, moving on to the Evergreen region. We have number 4, Elf versus number 13, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Easy.
Lynn?
Easy.
Elf.
Elf?
Elf.
Yeah.
Jim, Elf?
Yep.
All right.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Elf is going on. And then number 12, Scrooged versus number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966 version.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough
because
one.
Is
Scrooge the one with Bill Murray?
Yes.
Or is that,
See, and I am a sucker for the classics. I love the classics.
Yes.
But I also like Scrooged because it's got a lot of good.
That is really good.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Whew. Man, oh man.
Jim?
I am going to have to go with
Grinch versus Scrooged.
I'm going to have to go with Scrooged on that one.
Scrooged. Lynn?
I'll say Scrooge too.
Okay, you're going to go with Scrooged.
That was a tough one.
Interesting.
That is tough.
So this is going to be really interesting. Okay, region, St. Nick. We have number 2, A Christmas Story, versus number 15,
No brainer
Miracle
for me.
on 34th Street.
See, again,
We
you're
watched
putting a classic with a real Miracle on 34th Street is
True
like
classic.
the classic of all classics. I
Yes.
watched it the other night.
Go ahead. I'll let you pick first.
Oh my gosh, because I love both of those. Man, A Christmas Story or Miracle on 34th Street.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying?
Well, from where the Christmas Story was made,
Oh,
Cleveland, Ohio.
goodness
we
gracious.
watch this my son will watch it. Both my sons will watch it 3 or 4 times on Christmas Day. Just because we know where the house is at, we know the different things. But I say the Christmas Story. That's my.
I'm going to have
fun.
to agree with you. Let's go Christmas Story.
And
that
Ralphie,
one hurt.
you can't
Okay.
Ralphie. And the leg in the window.
All right. Let's move on. We have number 10, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus number 7, Polar Express.
That's easy.
Okay, what is it?
That's Rudolph.
It's Rudolph.
Rudolph?
Yes.
Interesting.
I am not a Polar
I was not a
Express
big
guy.
fan
Either
of
was
Polar
I.
Express.
Either was I.
Wow. Okay, no
My
Tom
wife
Hanks
loves
for
it.
you guys.
Wife loves it.
Got it. Okay, we're moving on to the mistletoe region. We have number 3, A Charlie Brown Christmas versus number 14, one of my favorites, White Christmas.
Why White Christmas?
Why what?
No, why White Christmas?
Why is it on the bracket?
No,
No,
why,
one of your
why do you like
favorites.
that one?
Your favorites, yeah. You got to talk us into
I love,
this.
well, no, because I can talk for either one of these. I love Charlie Brown, the
I love
message in Charlie
I
Brown.
love
It's a
Charlie
true
Brown,
classic.
too.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby and his crooning and
Yeah,
the
I can
song
see, yeah, I can see that.
and the dancing and just, it's beautiful.
I picked Charlie Brown.
Okay.
So Jim's got to decide.
I'm going to say Charlie Brown.
Okay, Charlie. Very good.
This is a no-brainer, too.
This is a no-brainer to me.
Let's do it.
Well,
Mistletoe region. Number 11, Home Alone versus number 6, A Christmas Carol by George C. Scott.
What'd you say?
Home Alone.
Oh, no. No.
Oh,
No.
wait.
Christmas
Really?
Carol with George C. Scott is one of my all-time favorites. Again,
Yes.
going with the classics, but
That's right.
I love it.
You going to argue?
I quote it all the time, as you know.
But can you watch? You can watch Home Alone anytime during the year.
Yeah,
It's so good.
That's why it's not a Christmas movie.
Oh, but it's so good.
No,
Such a
Christmas
good
Carol
movie.
with George
All
C.
right.
Scott.
So we have our first tie. So I get to break it, and Lynn, you're not going to like it because I'm going with A Christmas Carol.
That is absolutely correct.
You like Jim better.
Good choice.
I like Jim better.
Everybody likes me better.
I performed in The Christmas Carol. It's dear to my heart.
Yeah, that's
you
a
were
good
in
one
the movie?
too, though.
No, I've been
Oh,
on
I
stage
thought-
with The Christmas Carol.
I thought you were in the movie.
Okay, we're going to stay in the mistletoe region. So now we have Charlie Brown versus Christmas Carol.
No brainer.
Which one?
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol rather than Charlie Brown. Interesting. Okay. Moving back up to the St. Nick region, we have A Christmas Story versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oof.
That's tough.
Man,
That is tough.
this St. Nick region
Rudolph
is
or
tough.
Ralphie?
You know what's disappointing about Rudolph? Little side note here, and I think we have time, and we do. What's disappointing about Rudolph? Have you seen the little character, the little
Caricature?
stuffed things that they did the movie out of?
No.
They're just trashed.
Aw.
They got thrown away, and
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're junk, and you see
That's
them,
too
and
bad.
they've got holes in them, and
Wow.
they're like beyond repair. It's really pretty sad. So, the one thing I like about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a lot of people know that all I want to be is a dentist.
Yeah, him. Yeah, that's good. That was a good.
You want to be what? I want to
Misfit
be
toys?
a dentist. Why am I such a misfit? I am not just a nitwit. I don't.
That's
fit
another.
in.
That's such a
I
classic.
quit. You know, I still have to go with the
Christmas Story.
After all of
Yeah.
that, and you're going to go
Christmas
Christmas
Story.
It's
Story?
sad, but I got to do it.
Wow. Okay.
I just picture him walking and the kid pushing him over, and he can't get up. I can't get up, Robbie. Help!
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to move down to the Evergreen region. We have Elf versus Scrooged.
You know,
What do you think?
I'm going to throw a curveball. I think Scrooge.
I'm
I
gonna go
like
with-
Bill Murray in that.
I'm going to go with Scrooge.
Wow. Okay. This is totally different from when we did it last year. Interesting.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Oh,
one
this
more.
is
Let's
tough.
do the Nakatomi region. Wonderful Life versus Christmas Vacation.
Oh my gosh. You're putting two of my all-time favorites against each other, and we're not even to the end yet.
I am not a big. I'll watch them, but I can't watch them over and over. But Christmas Vacation, I can watch many times. So I will. For me, it's Christmas Vacation.
Oh my. Interesting.
Wow.
But the other one's a classic. They're both classics, really.
Well, they're both
classics,
but,
in different ways.
No. No. Christmas Vacation is not a classic. Sorry.
I'm sorry?
No.
What?
No, it's not.
What do you mean it's not a classic?
Compared to Wonderful Life is a classic. Christmas Vacation is not.
It's a classic.
They're both classics.
What is your vote, Jim?
That they're both classics. That said, I'm going to have to go with It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, so it's a tie?
Tie.
Okay. Well, then I'm going with Wonderful Life.
See, she likes me better.
She does like you better. Well, her push on the classic thing, I knew where she was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's still a classic.
Yeah.
It's number one for a reason.
They're both classics.
Yeah.
Okay. So, while we're still on Wonderful Life,
Wait a minute. Did we do?
Yes.
Yes.
Jim's only drawing arrows, so he's confused.
Oh, Christmas Carol,
Yep,
yeah. No, I didn't draw that arrow.
Okay.
All right.
So
the music stopped. Are we going to be okay?
A Wonderful Life versus Scrooged.
No, that's no brainer. That's easy.
What is it?
Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And then we have A Christmas Story versus A Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Story for me. I just love.
You're going with
whole,
Ralphie.
We're
sticking with Ralphie. Jim.
The writer, BB King.
So again, I am.
I mean, I know that's your favorite, but
I love the classics.
But the Christmas Story is a classic.
The old time classics.
I know.
Because I grew up with them, and so I think
I'm trying.
I think
I'm trying to.
Here's the difference. If you grew up with these stories like It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol with George C. Scott,
correct.
They're just ingrained in your head. Christmas Story, man, I'm going to show my age on this one. A Christmas Story hadn't even been filmed yet when I was watching some of these other ones. So, Ralphie, it hurts me deep to my core. And you will shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to go with Mr. Cratchit.
All right.
Christmas Carol with George C. Scott.
We've got a tie then. So
Jim's going to win.
Yes.
Did you see I already drew it
in? A Christmas Story.
I know where we're going.
It is cute and it's clever, but it has no meaning.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
No meaning whatsoever. Whereas the Christmas Carol.
That isn't today's family.
What's
the chaos?
No.
What do you mean, though?
There's no moral to the story.
To A Christmas Story?
Yes.
It's got to be French.
There's several. Fragile. There are several stories to A Christmas Story.
Well,
Number one,
no.
look. How many kids' lives have been saved because they didn't stick their tongue on a pole?
Exactly.
Right?
But that's not the moral to the
moral
story.
Is that you don't want to shoot your eye out.
That is not a Christmas moral.
You don't want to eat the turkey early because you'll get worms. Remember that? You're going to get worms.
The dogs eat it anyway.
Right.
So.
And so he looks like a deranged Easter bunny.
I do have to admit, though, I love far rah 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 rah.
Yeah.
But I am going with Christmas Carol.
There you go.
So.
But just so you know, Christmas Story does have a moral.
No, it doesn't.
And for you kids out there,
watch it.
And that's why all of you men love the Christmas Story.
Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. It's on Christmas Eve 24/7.
My father could change a tire.
Okay, we've lost it here. We got one more pick. We got to pick the winner. Are you guys ready?
Can we go to commercial?
No.
No.
Let's pick. We have, this is it, you guys. Wonderful Life versus Christmas Carol. It's a Wonderful Life versus
Well, they're a one
Christmas
seed
Carol.
for a reason.
Yeah.
We have one seed versus 6
It's
seed.
a wonderful life, I have to say.
I have to
Life.
go with that too.
Wasn't that our winner last year, Brian? Yep.
2 years in a row.
2 years
It's a
running.
wonderful
It
ride.
is number one
Well, then
for
our
a
Christmas
reason.
story. So
George
this
Bailey.
was the top 20,
Yeah.
and the Christmas story was considered number 2. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
did
just
they
saying.
Must have been a
poll?
man
Yeah, who was
who-
polled?
Who was polled?
A man decided the top 20.
But who did they poll? I mean, were they in a bar or?
I
how
don't
did
know.
you-
Josh Herbert brought this
Right
to
in
us.
a
I didn't
bar.
research it.
But-
But I'm going to encourage everybody,
Don't they
print this
change every-
bracket
Yeah,
off
do it
and
with your
use
family.
it
Do it with your family.
That's right. Do it with your families during Christmas and have a lot of fun with it. And use the list to go watch all these movies if you haven't seen
Correct.
them yet.
And congratulations to the cast and crew of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
None of them are with us here today.
Aw,
Watch Scrooge.
Jimmy Stewart.
Scrooge.
I
yeah.
might watch that now.
I'm going to go home and watch them. Stay with us. Final thoughts are coming up next.
Explore a place to visit. Explore knowledge. Explore fun. Explore relaxation. Explore adventure. Explore a hometown. Explore Kearney, Missouri.
The Kearney Bulldogs are going to the state finals, and you can listen to the game with live play-by-play action on the Bulldog Radio Network, right here on 102.7 FM, or our live stream on the KPGZ mobile app or at 1027kearneymo.com. The Bulldog Radio Network will broadcast the game live on Saturday, December 2nd, as the Bulldogs take on the Hillsboro Hawks. The 102.7 pregame show starts at 10:40, and the kickoff is at 11 a.m. Kearney Bulldog football, catch the fever.
When your home is here, there is so much cheer. When business is near, have no fear. Your family's candies and presents are here. Shop local treasures not from afar. Your holiday gifts are right where you are. Supporting Kearney year after year. Keep the cheer.
Oh yeah.
Merry Christmas. My name is Stacy Bratcher, and I'm your Kearney Chamber Executive Director, and we love celebrating our businesses.
And I'm Grace Carr. Thank you for keeping the cheer here and shopping local this holiday season.
Hey, Brian, if you're not doing anything constructive, why don't you go get my stogie?
Okay.
That's for Christmas vacation.
Christmas vacation.
Stacy's excused.
No.
It's time.
Oh,
Dog's just yakking on a bone. He got it up.
he's good.
It's time for our final thoughts. Let's go first to Stacy.
Okay, thank you. Well, in the break, you heard the, what is it called? Keep the Cheer Here jingle. I just want to do a quick shout out to the high school students, Kearney High School, who wrote, produced, sang, played. They did all of the work on this jingle. It is so fantastic. So thank you very much, guys. But if you have not taken the time to download the Visit Kearney mobile app, you need to do so because we have built out a Keep the Cheer Here portion in the app, and it tells you everything you need to know about holidays in Kearney. Where to shop, where to go see Christmas lights, where to find Santa. There's so much packed into this app.
He's
Christmas
here?
lights?
Santa's here?
He's
So
coming
you're
to
telling
lots
people
of
where they
different-
can drive around and see Christmas lights?
They
Is
can
that-
drive around to see Christmas lights.
That's
The
cool.
best places
'Cause
to see them.
Every Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
we take the grandkids.
Where to find
Well, my
Santa?
wife
Like
does.
he's having pancakes at the senior center.
I
He's
know
taking,
him.
That's right. He's taking photos with the puppies at Long Veterinary
Oh,
Center.
really?
So yeah, they're having.
Nice.
There's so much fun built in to keep the cheer
Download the
here.
app.
Download the app and find all of the fun here and keep the cheer here. Shop local Kearney.
There you go. I don't know where to go with that, so I'm going to say Lynn.
Well, I just wanted to, my final thought, just a thing that's going to happen Saturday. It's going to be, I got it on my phone. I want to make
Well,
sure
Santa's going to eat brownies.
I want
or
to make sure I
something
say
like
this right.
Or whatever
From
you-
10 to 12 o'clock at the First Baptist Church in Kearney.
right.
This is the third year they've done this. It's called the Joyful Giveaway.
Yes.
If you know any families that are in need, I mean, we've talked about adopting families here. Have them just show up. That's all they have to do. They do have a registration table. They just want to get your name. But you can see on there, it is free to families, and they get to pick gifts. They get to pick toys for their kids if they don't have them. It's an amazing thing. They have hair. They have like a hair cutting booth where people are going to be there cutting
That's so
hair
cool.
for people that need hair
Are
cutting.
you going to go?
Yeah, I need to go. Photos, and then they'll frame it for the family. Groceries, the coats, the PJs, the stuff we've talked about.
Right.
And I heard might have an eye person there too, so people can get their eyes
Health
checked. But it's all,
screening.
health screening. They
Yeah.
also have that. It's
Toys,
just an
gifts.
amazing thing. I don't want to get. I apologize to the people that run it, but I think they had 750 people go through last year.
Wow.
So it's an amazing thing. 10 to 12. Like I said, it's South Grove Street. Just show up. That's all you have to do.
That's
and they
awesome.
start lining up before, and it's a great thing that people are giving, and we're just giving back, and that's
Right.
what it's all about, right?
Merry Christmas.
So.
Very nice. Well, Stacy talked about Christmas. Lynn talked about Christmas. It's just time for
season.
me to talk about a Christmas thing. That's called Kearney football.
Woo!
Going to
There you
state.
go.
Let's go, dogs.
Don't forget, on Saturday, the Kearney Bulldogs will take on Hillsboro in Columbia for the state championship. They haven't been there since 2015. Coach Minnick and his team will be there. We will be there as well. 102.7 FM will carry the game. Be sure to join Mike Davis, Kelly Gentry tomorrow. They'll be with Coach Minnick, and they'll talk about the upcoming the upcoming game. So good luck to the Kearney Bulldogs. Also, Kearney Bulldogs football. Also, don't forget that Kearney Bulldogs basketball has already started, both
right.
the girls and the boys, and those games are also carried on 102.7. For those of you who placed bets on the movie challenge and lost, I'm sorry. But It's a Wonderful Life was our winner. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on Kearney Live.